Welcome to another week, another episode of IBG Weekly. I am your host and founder of Iron Blood Games, Achila Rangamohotige, and today we're joined by Stany, our writer, as well as his co-writer, Jose. All right. We're going to be discussing a few interesting topics today. We don't have any updates in regards to our studio's projects. Nothing significant, as last week we were all pretty much celebrating our New Year in Sri Lanka. So let's go straight to the topics itself. Headline 1 today would be EA says no to microtransactions for Jedi Fallen Order, the new Star Wars game, and it's going to be developed by Respawn Entertainment, and which is amazing. Sony confirms their PS5 and specifications, which is really juicy. And we have Ubisoft's response to the support of the reconstruction of Notre-Dame, and they also released the Assassin's Creed Unity for free. Then we have PUBG being banned in Nepal.
PUBG banned Nepal.
Shush.
That would have been so legendary. For the context, like Achila really thought that PUBG banned nipples instead of being banned in
This is what happens when you just like skim the headlines. You just skim the headlines, and PUBG has banned nipples, and I'm like, what's the significance of this story? Why have we picked this one?
What change? No nipples in game.
Why is this a controversial topic, right? Anyway, let's get started with EA and saying. So recently, EA, along with Respawn Entertainment, had revealed their new Star Wars game, which is going to be a single-player experience. And their major thing is that, hey guys, look, no microtransactions, aren't we great? So I'm gonna let our new. This is not guest, right? We're gonna go with our new member, and we'll hear your thoughts.
I think it's kind of interesting, First of all, because being done by Respawn Entertainment, which was basically a studio on multiplayer games, is going to do a single player now, which is kind of out of their element,
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Also, maybe with the, when they announced it, they said, acknowledge the past. Wasn't there something quite similar to that? That means maybe they're, saying, okay, guys, we know we sucked. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. So we're trying to make it up now. But, companies and big money always go hand in hand. And maybe, who knows, it wouldn't be the first time they say something and do something different.
Yeah, it really feels like it feels like EA particularly are like extending an olive branch with their players and say, guys, please, we can do with some positive news right now. Everything around EA has been negative, this, negative, that. And there has been a few YouTube channels that I actually talk about how Respawn has now a lot of influence within EA because of the success of Apex, and which is interesting, sure, but EA has always been cancelling single player Star Wars projects in favor of a live service game, and all of a sudden
they're doing a 180 and changing, basically.
Yeah. And was it Amy Hennig, the writer of Uncharted? She was like let go, and her studio was basically told no, they won't get the chance to create a single player Star Wars game. And right now we have a single player Star Wars game by Respawn this time around.
Well, they basically said that single player games are dying.
Yeah, that too,
They
right?
eventually came back and just, no guys, we're just making a single player game and there would be no microtransaction or ever. And I also agree with Amy Henning because I find that odd too, because for a company that went solely after like microtransaction and loot box, and they suddenly come out and say like, no guys, we are just going to release single player games. I don't know where this is going to head, but I really find this odd.
It's I just can't wrap my head around EA going, yeah, you know what, no microtransactions. It feels like more like I'm gonna say this because of the way Apex happened. It might just be Respawn saying, yeah, no microtransactions, no thank you. We're gonna do it our way. We have shown you that Apex can make a lot of money.
Well,
we can create another game that will make us a lot of money too.
You know what? Why Respawn is having so much upper hand on their projects than other studios from EA? Because the one who owns Respawn is actually one of the executives on the EA board, so it's pretty easy for him to keep EA off from his project than any other studios.
So you're saying he has like within EA itself, he has a lot of power, so he can get people off their back and let them do.
Exactly. That's the truth.
I thought the people who lead Respawn Entertainment were the guys who initially created Activision and the Call of Duty series, right?
Yes, I think that's correct, and they are the same guys who now was hired by EA. So yeah, that's pretty much makes sense. It's pretty usual in the game industry to people jump from another studio to another studio. Yeah, so the same guy who worked for Respawn now he works for Epic. So yeah, there you have it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, did you guys hear the writer for this game, the Jedi Fallen Order, is actually one of the writers of the original KOTOR series?
Oh, nice! Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so that's why I got excited when I heard that.
Yeah.
The trailer.
No wonder I had a vibe from that Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, man.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I wish this is going to be like Knights of the Old Republic. And then I hear the news that the writer of it is actually writing the story of this game. So I'm like, excited.
Yeah. Cool.
Being excited for an EA game is not something that has happened in a long time, let me tell you.
In a long time. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So yeah, man, I wish Respawn all the best and really looking forward for more information on this, and we'll probably look forward to getting more information on this in E3 in June, right? So yeah, keep an eye out. And so recently also something to look forward to on E3 probably is going to be the PS5 and its specifications. Do you guys actually think they'll reveal that?
No.
It's going
because
to be there.
Yeah, Sony is not going to participate this year, but maybe there's like a small reveal.
But Sony not participating in E3 doesn't mean that they're not going to have a presence. I mean, they usually what they do is they will have their own big ass a press conference, right? Their own. Yeah.
They're not going to do that either. So the thing is basically. Yeah, so basically what they're trying to establish here that they're going to start PS5 propaganda by the beginning of the next year. So that's pretty much makes sense. I'm pretty sure that not any major studios going to be present this year on E3, such as Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch for some reason, because I think they might be doing some pretty like small reveals.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen the State of the Play, like the similar presentation that Nintendo does, it was a huge failure. I'm assuming that we will see a second episode of State of the Play within the coming months, revealing the rest of the games that's going to come out this year, because PS4 is pretty much done this year. So
Well, it's not going to be done for.
There's so many games that are set to come out, including what was it from Kojima?
Death Stranding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This year, like PS4 is done.
It's going to be Yes.
Yeah, like basically PS4 is done after 2019, and 2020 is going to be the year of PS5. And
If it is, then they have to reveal it this year, don't they?
well,
Not necessarily.
they literally outright confirmed that they are not going to be present at E3 2019, because I don't know, for some reason, because maybe some other studios from Microsoft just said, just back off because I will pay you or something like that, because I'm pretty sure that Microsoft is going to reveal 2 consoles this E3. It's either going to be like Xbox 2 or another Xbox something. I don't know.
Oh, come on. We already seen enough Xbox One S, and they had the Xbox One X, and it's enough. Enough consoles. You guys better move up a generation. I personally feel, right? Okay, you're done. You've milked the Xbox One. Well done. It was a good fight. You guys kind of screwed up, but you need that next generation to come along and come along quickly, so you can like start the next round.
And Halo 5, please, for Jesus, for God's sake, they didn't release Halo.
Right. Okay. So the topic is supposed to be on Sony. So let's keep it.
Halo since Halo Reach. Let's take on that.
Yeah. Well, like
what I'm excited about PS5 is that it's like backed up with so many powerful stuff. For example, it's going to have this SSD and ray tracing technology to look forward to, and 8K upscaling, and like I haven't seen an 8K TV. I
haven't either. This is like really surprising. They're actually preparing the console for 8K when 8K hasn't even come along, and which is a different strategy.
It's barely in standard now. It's still quite expensive to get.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point.
What I'm guessing right now is they're trying to future-proof.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to release several models of consoles like they're doing now with the Pro and the Xbox, they're gonna try to get a system to the market that would stand for quite some time before having to say maybe they get a slim version again in 3 years or something.
Oh yeah.
By that time, most likely the TVs will be more mainstream.
Yeah.
Will be at least in the American market and the Asian market.
And the best thing is that the load times are going to be pretty much very short then. But it's the thing is that with the PlayStation 4 games, the load times are going to be much more shorter. But we got to see if the load times are going to be shorter with the next-gen games. That's the thing we have to look forward to.
Well, I mean, load times is one thing. But it's more like how the console handles the resources of the games, right? So what they said in one of these showcases of the PlayStation 5 dev kit was how efficient it was at loading and unloading the assets as you turn around. And in Spider-Man, the latest one, right? So they showed it running on PS4 and showed that if you look around, you can only look around as fast as a certain limit, and on the PS5 dev kit there is no such limit, because in like a fraction of a second everything with maximum fidelity is already loaded in, and you can just like turn around as fast as you want. And I think that amount of power, this is what like game developers for these consoles really want. And it's something like a lot of developers struggle with previous consoles, is just how much resources you can play around with. And with the PS5 coming around the corner, they're really showing us like, hey guys, now is better than ever to develop games for us, because look at all this system resources you have and capabilities the hardware can handle with all your ray tracing and your new Ryzen chips, SSDs. It really feels like for game developers now, creating a PS5 game just means you have all that freedom, pretty much the same freedom as if you were developing for PC. And that is what all AAA game developers are looking forward to, I think.
Yeah, and ray tracing is gonna, extend the ability to, add more mechanics. Yeah, so like reflection, using the reflection, the players will be able to detect like coming enemies from the behind or something like that. It's going to like extend so much capabilities of the gameplay mechanics in the earlier, like the later titles, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
People are really looking forward to how ray tracing is going to be utilized in games, honestly. Like, I mean, other than just visual fidelity, you can do a lot of crazy stuff with it, apparently.
Yeah, it is. I played Metro Exodus on ray tracing, and it's like super crazy. It's like seeing something like in the light, like the world was like alive. It just makes like a little difference and just huge impact.
And I mean, for you guys as writers, it also gives you guys a lot of freedom, right? Just imagine like now you don't have there won't be a lot of cases of, hey guys, I'm thinking of a sequence like this, and do you think we can do it? And a lot of the people, like all of the writers, are always not sure whether they can actually incorporate certain visual kind of representation of things simply because they're not sure that the tech side of the development, that they can manage to pull it off, right? So now there's like less of that doubt and more about just creative freedom for you guys, which is always exciting. I don't know what the teams like Naughty Dog and stuff will manage to pull off, but I'm expecting some big things from them.
Oh god, I can't imagine how Last of Us 3 and Uncharted 5 is gonna look like.
I mean, we're a few years off utilizing technologies like this, but even I'm excited. Look at where games development is going. Even though you hear all these amazing stories about stress casualties and stuff in games development, but you just hear about these tech and you're like, it's such a creative renaissance these few years with the tech, right?
True. That's true. I totally agree.
The other thing, it's they're going to include the PSVR too.
Yeah. And that's gonna make a lot of impact because it's gonna have so many upgrades. And the special thing is that it's gonna be wireless, and there won't be like a dangling wire on.
Try to make it less cumbersome for the user.
Well, that would be great.
Because the thing is, nowadays with the VR, if you take HTC Vive and PSVR, every time I play with the thing, it just have this sickness, and I'm really hoping that they would fix that in the later versions. It's like constant, like, oh god, I just can't play it after 50 minutes or something. So because it goes everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I experienced VR for the first time at a friend's house. Shout out to my boy Dihara. I think it was a HTC Vive. He will probably remind me in the comment section. But one thing I noticed, like as soon as I put on that headset, is just how heavy it feels with the massive wire tugging at the back of my head, right? And it was constantly a thing that's in my senses that's telling me there's this weight just pulling me back. And when I have to the game, we played some shooting game thing. It was pretty cool. I felt like a badass and all that, but constantly I'm 100% worried about tripping. And if PSVR, really gets rid of wires and you have this wireless experience, I think they're going to push that VR experience to the next level.
Yeah, and also the best thing that they are doing is the backward compatibility, because there are so many games in the PS4. Yeah, not the remastered, but in fact that if you take PS2 and PS1, they're the library is so massive. Yeah, they're so massive, and there are so many games that these current gen people are missed out, and I think that will extend this opportunity to look back and tag those historical monuments of a thing.
They should probably introduce like a platinum catalog, where PS1 games you can just get them the best titles it's like it really is, kind of like the greatest hits, and it'll be a great opportunity for like just dads to show their sons the great games they got to play when they were young. Hey son, have you
wasted so much of my life now.
And then the son will be like, but dad, you told me that I should always study, but look at it, it's amazing, right?
Come on, I did it, you can too.
Look at this, it's Time Splitters. Forget your homework, come play with me.
I mean, I think that it's a cool thing that because they like obviously Sony is taking a huge risk with the backward compatibility. Like and also at the same
backward
time,
compatibility is never a bad thing. I don't know why it would be a risk for these companies. These are like giving backward compatibility is just as it's always a positive in my mind. Like you're giving that nostalgia factor to your fans, right?
Yeah.
It's also opens up a new form of, I mean, it won't be considerable, but it's still a new stream of monetization. A few people will still be trying to get these classic titles on their new PlayStation, right? I don't get why they would always be so against that.
I mean, like for the example,
Sony's trying to also cut off on piracy, I think, because systems can be hacked.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Giving them more offers to get the games at a cheap price. It's going to probably dwindle down those things.
Yeah. So the other thing is that it also depends that I can't come up with the name, but it also extends that relationship that has with the old games. So those are trying to say, but I got sidetracked for a moment. So I initially that I'm excited to see what DualShock 5 is going to back in.
It's gonna have a camera. Why does it need a camera? What are they thinking about? I mean, a camera on your DualShock. What are they thinking about?
It's got a chin cam. It's going to be like, it's going to show my double chin, no matter what. Just beard double chin.
Because the way we hold our controllers when we're really in the game is like our head is like basically the controller is basically pointed at our chins. This camera is detecting your chin and seeing how agitated you are, and then it'll reduce the difficulty of the game, and it'll reduce the difficulty of Sekiro for you. That's what it'll do.
Oh god.
It's going to make the difficulty easier.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay.
Let's move on to Ubisoft right now. They're supporting the reconstruction of Notre-Dame, and if people have been living under a rock, that Notre-Dame is this really famous ancient church cathedral thing.
It's not ancient, dude. It's just 850 years old.
It's still 850 years old, the time of the emperor of mankind. And so apparently something happened and it got set on fire during its renovations, and it's burned.
Actually, it wasn't finished by the time it caught on fire.
Oh, okay. So it was a renovation, right? They were renovating it, or was it a reconstruction?
They're still constructing it. The church isn't ready.
Oh, okay. I thought it already existed and it was a thing, and they were just like,
Of course, it exists. You can visit it. You can go on their certain parts if you pay.
Okay.
But the place isn't finished.
All right.
It's been in construction for all this time, and this fire basically damaged things that cannot be recovered, like part of the roof. Of course, they're gonna put it in new materials and things.
Yeah, so they lost that ancient, the original bits, right? And now Ubisoft, they have all this data on the plans of the Notre-Dame Cathedral, which
they
will
spent
be
2 years.
So apparently they have the plans that is necessary to reconstruct it, and it's a bit unprecedented. A game development company has more information about more data on an ancient structure than anyone else. And it's a great thing, it's great publicity. See, guys, gaming ain't that bad. Look how much dedication they had. And ultimately, it helped recreate a church thing again.
Take that, Nepal.
Yeah, let's wait until we get to those guys.
Yeah. So basically, yes, I want to also let the players know that Assassin's Creed Unity is for free on Uplay for PC users. You can get it for free, and it's available only for a week. So just rush your
Jump
Uplay
in
account
and grab it.
Yes,
Assassin's
yeah,
Creed
yeah.
Unity, you can actually play it with your friends. So if you have a bunch of friends, apparently it's cooperative, right?
Yeah,
It's got
it is
cooperative.
cooperative, but I won't recommend it single player.
Okay.
It's kind of buggy. Yeah, it's still buggy.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
That's kind of a staple in Ubisoft games.
exactly. I was about to say that.
Oh my god. No, don't be daft, okay? Odyssey was good.
Odyssey.
Okay.
All right. So, speaking of Nepal, since Stany brought that up, PUBG has actually been banned in Nepal, and because the whole game addiction is being taken seriously by the Nepalese government, and it's actually now the police can arrest you if they catch you playing PUBG. What are they gonna do? Raid houses? Like, we heard
Imagine
gunshots
they're
from
playing
your
their
speaker.
house. Like, you came from work, you're tired, you're going to play a game, then mid-match, open the door! It's the police! We got a gamer!
Just imagine like the neighbors just snitching on you, say, calling the police. I think they're playing PUBG.
Oh my god, he's playing games on his computer.
So the Nepalese the Nepal police are like about to bust a drug lord, and they get a call coming in. This kid in this neighborhood is playing PUBG. They're like, drop everything, we gotta arrest that punk.
Dude, we should write like make a game where this boy is the protagonist and just PUBG has become extinct in Nepal. He has to find a
He's
way
the
to
last.
keep
He's the last PUBG gamer, and he's gonna claim his final chicken dinner.
oh shit, we have revealed our next project. Jesus. I mean, okay.
It's ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, the thing is that it's a good thing that we brought up this topic, because last time we discussed game addiction is a real thing, and it's good that Nepal government is taking action regarding this, but like banning the whole
They're taking the action against the wrong aspect of this.
Yes, in my personal opinion is that I think that banning a whole game isn't gonna stop game addiction. It's gonna exist no matter what. People are gonna find ways to keep playing it. But I think that this is like bad.
Find something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you go to rehabilitation, they wouldn't just keep you out of alcohol forever. They would say that take like 1 glass per week or something. That they wouldn't tell you to completely stop that thing before you completely stop that thing. You just have to do it like slowly, because it's up to the parents, as Achila said.
You got video game withdrawals.
Yeah, in history, whenever you try to ban that one thing, it actually becomes extremely popular.
Exactly.
This is just gonna fire. This is just gonna backfire majorly, because kids who were even like, you know how kids are, right? They just they don't really respond well to authority. Exactly.
I mean, okay. So if all the people try to do this, all the other countries does the same, it's gonna be like a doom for the game developers, such as it is. China literally banned PUBG, and then after that, Tencent game came in, and they just started publishing the game.
Yeah.
And I think that it's pretty stupid that people are like literally banning. And also, did you know that Nepal has banned porn since last October?
Wow, seriously?
Yes.
Oh man,
that's the truth. That's the truth.
It's not one of the first countries to do it, either.
And I'm like, it's the stupidest thing to do, to like ban the whole game, because it's not going to do any good. It's just going to make people angry.
Yeah, it's never a good thing.
Use a VPN and switch off.
Exactly. And exactly. So the same thing we did back in. You remember that internet outage when Achila in Sri Lanka?
I don't. When was this? Which year? Because I might not have been in the country.
I think that maybe last year or something there was
Last
like an
year?
internet outage.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there was
because
like
I've been because all my
because of
boys
the
remember just playing.
because of the elections.
No,
because
man.
of the elections.
No,
Yeah.
we never had an internet outage. There was a thing where they tried to ban Facebook or something, some social media stuff.
Yeah. So and after that they tried to do the internet and it made a lot of people angry.
It really annoyed me because I couldn't post my memes about Rainbow Six Siege. I was really into it.
Yeah, so basically it happened, and so what people did was actually many Sri Lankans literally learned about VPN.
Oh yeah.
And people started using VPN because they were really angry, and the same thing will happen back in Nepal. So I think that this is not a way to fight game addiction.
You see, if you want to fight game addiction, you need to go to the root causes and just help your society understand the problem, and then just help them correct themselves, right? You need to first create an awareness and just let people know what's happening. And the real problem here is that you can't just we already discussed it. Just banning a game is never going to fix it. Because then you might as well ban all games, and that's never going to happen, right? Because that's a huge hit to your economy as well. I just don't get it.
Here.
It's almost like the government is admitting that they have no ability to protect. To change their society, so they're going for the easy route, and they're just going to ban a game.
Yes. So
sucks, yeah. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today, guys. It's been great. So thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned or check our other episodes. We have 2 so far, other than this. And make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon so that you get notified about our new videos coming up. And yeah, signing off for now. I'm Achila and
Stany, Fernando, the writer, and he's good.
And Jose is already off. He's like, yeah, peace out.
Yeah. Bye. Peace out. Bye.
Jose,
right.
just say your name, boy.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
It's done.
All right, dudes.